1. All right. What up, y'all? DJ Quick here. I'm gonna give y'all some insight on what happened at NXT 2.0 last night. Solo Sikoa and Von Wagner duked it out in a Falls Count Anywhere match, and my boy Solo got the victory. Mandy Rose and Cora Jade might be forming some sort of alliance. And as for Gigi and JC, it's a shame they failed. They failed to get their titles back last night. But I could see the possibility of Toxic Attraction breaking up. And there is a possibility that Toxic Attraction could head to the main roster. It could happen in the foreseeable future. I'm just saying. And Nikita Lyons is refusing to back down from Kiana James. And she says she's not changing for anybody. And Braun Breaker and JD McDonough, their NXT Championship Heat Wave Summit was intense. That was intense. He cut himself with a pen and signed a contract in his own blood. And Carmelo Hayes, well, he got lucky and retained the North American Championship. And next week, Zoe Stark and Cora Jade go one-on-one. And Roxanne will seek revenge against Cora Jade, who betrayed her 3 weeks ago. And as for Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, well, I guess they have to cut their losses and move on. I guess they'll have to cut their losses and move on, y'all. Because it's Kaden Carter and Katana Chance's time now. It's their time now. It ain't Toxic Attraction's time no more. It's KC Square's time now. I hate to say this, Mandy, I hate to say this, but it is a possibility that you and Gigi and JC could end up heading to the main roster. If you do lose that title at NXT Heatwave, you could be going to the main roster. Well, you could end up back on the main roster. You could bring your girls Gigi and JC with you. Mandy, I know you're not pleased with Gigi and JC losing last night. Because last night they failed. They let you down. And that happens. But it's going to be a matter of time before Gigi and JC turn on you, Mandy. Are you afraid that Gigi and JC might turn on you soon, Mandy? Because if they do turn on you, hey, you could reunite with Sonya Deville. I'm just saying it could happen in the foreseeable future. Mandy, you and I both know that Gigi and JC will stab you in the back. They will stab you in the back just like Cora Jade stabbed Roxanne in the back. Because Gigi and JC will turn on you and they'll stab you in the back, and they could cost you the NXT Women's title. And all three of y'all gonna end up on the main roster, either Raw or SmackDown. Hey, that could happen in a foreseeable future. So, Mandy, I hope you bring your A game against Zoe Stark, because you're going to need it at NXT Heatwave. And it's a possibility that Toxic Attraction could split. It could happen in a foreseeable future. It could happen in the future. May not happen. It may not happen. It may not happen next week. It may not happen the week after, but it may happen in the future. Only time will tell if Toxic Attraction can get on the same page. If not, they could crumble. Toxic Attraction could be crumbling like a cookie. You know what I'm saying? They could be crumbling like a cookie. I mean, it's only a matter of time before they start falling apart. You know what I'm saying? They could be falling apart and they're going to be crumbling like cookies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get the point? Y'all see what I mean on that? It's going to be a matter of time before Toxic Attraction ends up on the main roster. And yet they failed to get their titles back. Gigi, JC, I'm sorry. But that was a clean 3 count. And y'all complaining that y'all got screwed. Well, turnabout's fair play. I hate to say this, but you know, I told Mandy that you two were going to stab her in the back. And y'all could stab her in the back in the foreseeable future. It'll be a matter of time before Gigi and JC cost Mandy Rose the NXT Women's title at NXT Heatwave. They could stab Mandy in the back. And Toxic Attraction would split. Y'all know what I'm saying? Toxic Attraction could split in the foreseeable future. And yes, it could be the end of Toxic Attraction. Could this be the end of Toxic Attraction? And could Gigi and JC turn on Mandy Rose? Well, you're about to find out in just a few seconds. Send me all your answers. Send me all your answers. And send me all your questions. And I will be happy to answer them for y'all. That means Toxic Attraction could split in a foreseeable future. And they could split in the future. And they'll end up going to Raw or SmackDown. Either as a trio, tag team, or solo. Anyway, y'all been a great audience. This is DJ Quick saying peace out. And tune in for the next episode of This Could Be the End of Toxic Attraction. Thank y'all and have a good night. And it's going to be a possibility that Toxic Attraction will split in a foreseeable future. Once again, so long, everybody, and good night.